yours, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Well, folks, it's Saturday morning, and yesterday I mentioned about how we needed 13 more cars by the end of the year, which for us is technically Tuesday, but we were trying to hit it by today, by the end of business today. And if we do that, we'll be closed on Monday. Now, we didn't actually hit that number. I don't know what happened. Somehow we went backwards, and now we need 14 by the end of the day today. However, the decision has been made to be closed on Monday. So we're not gonna be open New Year's Day. However, we're gonna stay open like an extra hour, hour and a half today on Saturday to try to just lock in as much business as we can. First order of business here, we're gonna gas up the Equinox that we sold yesterday. If all goes well, this gentleman should be here around 11:30 today to take delivery. This truck has an MSRP of $38,470. So this is the more expensive of the Equinox RSs that we have. Someone in the comments on yesterday's video had asked, did I lower the price and put them in the cheaper vehicle, or are we still in the more expensive vehicle? And yes, we're still in the more expensive vehicle. This is the RS. It has the full leather trim, has the tech package, has the sunroof, you know, all the goodies that people like in vehicles. Essentially, at this price point, you know, I don't know that there's anything else that you could actually add to this. This is like the fully loaded Equinox RS. Ah, come on, door. In today's video, we're gonna not only discuss like dealership life and just kind of follow me throughout my day here today, we're also gonna take a look at an old pickup truck that was spotted in yesterday's video. You may have seen it in numerous videos. You know, it's all bashed up and damaged, and we're gonna take a quick look at that, and I'm gonna tell you a couple stories about that truck. We're also gonna highlight, we may possibly highlight a comment yesterday that I got, which I think should be broken down and analyzed. So let me gas this vehicle and, you know, just follow me on my day. Stay tuned. So what do you think? Is this thing a beauty or what? Let me tell you, this has been a permanent fixture here at the dealership for as long as I can remember. I think sometime in like 2006 or 7, I took this in on trade along with a cargo van. And we actually at some point had a plow on the front of this. All the brackets seem to be gone, but we did have a plow on this vehicle, and we used it just around the parking lot to plow. Obviously, you can see here, it is destroyed in numerous ways. But the funniest story of all the damage on this truck that I know of is right here. This was the funniest experience. Back in the day, we had a plow on this truck, like I just said. It was previous ownership. It wasn't the Schumacher family. And we had a guy here, Erwin, that worked here. And he would sometimes just do, like, he's a jack of all trades, right? He would just do all sorts of little running around and plowing or running the banks. He worked here forever, and he was really a good friend with the owner. So he would plow a lot of times, and I jumped in the passenger seat with him one day. We went over to our storage lot, which used to be around the corner. We no longer have that lot. Actually, it's being built up with like residential homes and stuff like that. But we went to that lot. There was like 2 feet of snow. And when you went into that lot, you had to pull down a hill and you made a right, and that's where all our cars were. And no plow had been down there yet. And Erwin's like, listen, this truck's not gonna make it down there. I'm like, come on, it's downhill. We can do it. Let's go. So he decides to drive the truck down there. And as we drive down there, we end up getting stuck. And then it turned into a big mess. Anyway, long story short, we pulled the truck out. Another truck came down, and we started plowing out all the cars that were down there. And, you know, plowing out like all the rows, then we move the car, then we plow the next section, and then we go back. And if you ever plowed before, generally you're just going forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Trucks today are very easy. They have backup cameras, and you have all sorts of different things that can help you out, different sensors. This didn't have that, obviously. So it's just you using your mirrors in a snowstorm or whatever and backing up. Well, anyway, long story short, We're going forward. He then comes to back up, and he backed up directly into one of the concrete supports for one of the light poles. Basically one of these guys right here. One of these at the yellow lot. You know, when you're doing the rows, you're going forward, you're coming back. You move over, you go forward, you come back. You move over, you go forward, you come back. And you do that row by row until you plow the lot out. But every now and then you forget as you're doing that there is a row of light poles in that lot. And, you know, in this case, we clipped it, you know, going reverse at a pretty good pace. Anyway, I could tell you, it was a very funny moment. I was holding in the laughter as best I could because he was a little upset, but then he started laughing as well. You know, back then the truck actually looked nice. It wasn't like it looks as we see it today. As you can see here, the tailgate's completely demolished, the bumper's demolished. All this truck really has done in the last number of years is bring garbage to those two dumpsters. So as they unload stuff in the shop and cardboard and garbage, things like that, they'll use this truck just to kind of move around the parking lot. But it's been neglected a little bit lately. It's got two flat tires. The key's in it. It doesn't start. The battery's dead. And yeah, it's really at the end of its life. To think back in the day, we just slapped a plow on a truck like this to do the lot, and now we outfit them like this. We take brand new trucks, we outfit them with complete plow setups, we use them for the season, and then we sell them when the season's over. So, you know, depending on how much snow we get here in New Jersey, sometimes we don't use them at all, sometimes we use them a lot. And then, you know, when it comes to like end of March, early April, we'll then sell them. These trucks are both the 6.6 liter gas. They're both crew cabs. This one is a beast. This actually has the 8-foot bed, so this is a very long truck, especially with this plow on it. This is just like the standard blade plow, and on this one we actually put one of these V plows where this will split in the middle. It's really good for doing like driveways and things like that because you can really move the snow around. And you know, this is generally what we'll do. We'll just outfit two. Like I said, we use them and then we sell them. It's currently almost 3 o'clock, and this is actually the first time we've actually had some people in here today. It's a little busy at the moment, not personally with me, but with other salespeople. It's been a pretty slow day, very quiet morning. We delivered the black RS Equinox. That's done. It's burning gas. It's on the road. We followed up with everybody that we had seen this month. So we left messages, made phone calls. I did find out that a customer that was here yesterday looking at the Trax and the Equinox and the Trailblazer, they went with the Hyundai Kona. So they did buy that. They're going to stop in later on today just to drop off their lease because they got to drop their lease return off with us. So we did lose that deal. They just felt, ooh, look at a nice vet pulling in. That cool Corvette I just saw pulling in needs air. So we're going to bring him back here and let him, we're going to fill up his tires for him. We just got a customer here on a Traverse. Problem is we're sold out of the Traverse. I don't have any new Traverses that they can lease. They came in on the lease ad, the 1LT model, LT cloth. It's like $349 a month with like $3,200 up front, plus all the tax and fees, that sort of thing. But I don't have a vehicle. So we just checked the group and we have 4 in the group that are left. Whether those are available or not, we don't know. So my customer right now is on a test drive. I put him in a 2023 used one that we have with like 5,000 miles on it. This way they can get a feel for what a new one would be like. Once they get back, we'll answer questions and we'll price up one of those 4. We'll see if that'll work. Apparently their lease on their car's up tomorrow, which is the 31st. So they don't know if they have a grace period. They probably do. It's a Chrysler product. And they don't know if they can extend it to buy them more time. Because I did tell them we have a lot of Traverses on the way. They just weren't being built because of the UAW strike. And now we're sort of feeling that because we don't have any in stock that we can lease. But with that, I'm gonna cut this video now. We'll talk in the future possibly about that comment that I kind of wanted to break down. But I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. Happy and healthy New Year to everyone out there.